This is the AI News Flash for May 22nd, 5 p.m. UTC.
First up, according to exclusive reporting from Axios and the Washington Post, President Trump abandoned signing an executive order that would have invalidated state-level AI regulations at the last moment after dramatic intensive lobbying by Silicon Valley tech industry leaders. This marks a decisive turning point in U.S. AI policy direction. The executive order draft contained provisions to federally preempt state AI regulation laws, uniformly invalidating state-level safety requirements and transparency obligations. It was positioned as a key extension of the AI Action Plan's innovation deregulation approach. Just before signing, Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei and dozens of major AI lab and Silicon Valley executives directly lobbied the White House to respect state authority, warning of deepening federal versus state regulatory power conflicts. This unfolds against the backdrop of growing state-level AI regulation, including Colorado's AI Act bias auditing transparency requirements, California's AI Transparency Law, Illinois' AI Transparency Law, and 38 states with independent AI regulations. With Senator Ted Cruz drafting FDA-style federal AI legislation and tensions between OpenAI and Anthropic deregulation advocates intensifying, AI industry super PACs, leading the future at $125 million and public first action at over $150 million represent unprecedented lobbying. This signals certain elevation of AI policy as the most critical issue in the 2026 midterm elections. With the Trump administration's AI Action Plan, ongoing federal versus state regulatory power conflicts, adjustment of 38 state AI regulations, and the March 11th Commerce Department, FTC, DOJ AI litigation task force state law evaluation, AI industry political influence has reached unprecedented levels. Google officially announced Gemini Omni, its next-generation multimodal AI foundation model, featuring real-time integrated processing of text, images, video, and audio with significantly enhanced native multimodal capabilities. This represents a landmark technical breakthrough. The latest model in the Gemini family features native multimodal design, integrating text, image, video, audio processing within a single model, enabling simultaneous real-time execution of voice recognition, image understanding, and video generation. Adding to existing models like Gemini 3.1 Pro, deployment extends across consumer and enterprise markets. The model is positioned to challenge OpenAI's ChatGPT with 900 million weekly active users and Anthropic's Claude in the global multimodal AI market. Combined with Anthropic adopting 1 million TPU Ironwood chips, Gemini 3.1 Pro, achieving 77.1% on ArcAGI2, AI mode search nationwide rollout, agentic commerce, and Google's stock rising 160% over the past year. This represents Google's decisive AI dominance reassertion. The full-stack AI control independent position differentiates from OpenAI Microsoft dependence, marking Google DeepMind's transition from Gemini Research Foundation to full-scale implementation phase. Under the hyperscaler, for 2026, total $725 billion CapEx boom. With Google's individual $190 billion investment, the AI infrastructure second phase and multimodal AI implementation acceleration is symbolized. Google Gemini Enterprise Agent's full-scale entry into the enterprise AI agent market represents an important milestone alongside Salesforce Agentforce and Microsoft Copilot. According to Healthcare Dive reporting, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services has officially launched a large-scale AI-powered healthcare fraud crackdown initiative. This marks decisive federal-level engagement in medical AI fraud detection, addressing the structural problem of over $100 billion in annual Medicare/Medicaid fraudulent claims. The HHS Office of Inspector General deploys the Aero state-level medical fraud detection AI system, partnering with state Medicaid agencies for real-time automatic detection of fraudulent claim patterns. The system identifies ghost provider patterns, drug abuse patterns, duplicate services, and false diagnostic algorithms, targeting over $2 billion in annual fraud prevention. This aligns with the Minnesota State Optum Partnership's 15 criminal indictments and $350 million recovered. With FDA-approved AI medical devices exceeding 115 cases, Tempus AI Oncology, Roche Path AI's $1.05 billion acquisition, Anthropic Coefficient Bio's $400 million acquisition, and the medical AI market projected to reach $25 billion by 2030, healthcare AI implementation is entering full-scale phase. Industry giants Oracle, Epic, Palantir, and Verily are intensifying medical AI market competition. With CMS new Medicare payment models, like Wiser model presupposing agentic AI processing, and federal insurance programs scale at over $800 billion annually. Healthcare AI represents a decisive growth driver. This is positioned as the most important policy initiative for medical AI implementation in 2026, marking a significant signal for healthcare transformation. According to detailed analysis from The Hill, AI capital spending is offsetting U.S. macroeconomic soft consumer spending, positioned as the primary short-term GDP growth driver. The AI infrastructure investment boom's macroeconomic-wide impact receives landmark quantitative confirmation, though structural dependency risks raise warnings. Under the hyperscaler, for 2026, total $725 billion capex boom, with Microsoft's record $190 billion capex, Alphabet's $190 billion AI infrastructure budget, Amazon's $200 billion AI investment, and Meta's $115 to $135 billion capex AI-related capital expenditure has become the largest U.S. GDP growth driver. With consumer spending slowing, AI-related capex's ripple effects across manufacturing, construction, data centers, and power infrastructure are quantitatively confirmed. Blizzard CEO Peter Orszag warned of the U.S. economy as a leveraged bet on AI. Alongside Michael Burry's $1.1 billion puts, Norwegian government pensions 35% loss risk warning, Bridgewater's dangerous phase warning, and JP Morgan's cautious view, with institutional investors' AI caution becoming mainstream AI-related capex dependency reaching historic levels raises structural vulnerability warnings about U.S. economy-wide deceleration risks if AI infrastructure investment slows. The AI boom positions as both the most important structural growth driver and largest systemic risk factor for modern world economy. This dichotomy makes it the most critical macro theme of 2026 for the global economy. Today's NVIDIA earnings represent the ultimate litmus test for AI semiconductor supercycle sustainability, while institutional investors enter a serious AI-related stock allocation selection phase. According to detailed HR Dive research, amid expanding daily AI utilization in professional work, workers themselves are increasingly experiencing professional skills atrophy, raising serious concerns about long-term career development impact. AI skill gaps are emerging as a new dimension social issue in the labor market. A large-scale global enterprise worker survey confirms that core AI-heavy user workers report rising rates of self-awareness regarding declining critical thinking abilities, problem-solving skills, memory function, writing capabilities, and basic judgment. As AI tool dependence rises, workers express concerns about long-term career development opportunity loss and reduced labor market competitiveness, prompting HR leaders to point out the need to reconsider workplace AI implementation governance. This aligns with MIT Media Lab's ChatGPT tracking studies showing consistent decline across 3 neural language behavior levels. Brookings Institution's brain unwiring warnings, BCG Harvard Business Reviews, 14% AI brainfly cognitive overload findings, and Carpathy's AI psychosis developer epidemic warnings. With Boston Public Schools mandating AI literacy, California universities mandating AI education, and Maine's AI therapy license limitation law, full-scale policy debate on AI-era worker skill development education has begun. This is positioned as the largest 2026 enterprise AI implementation organizational challenge requiring urgent policy debate on AI-era worker skill development restructuring. Amid Gen Z's 60% shift to skilled trades preference and AI-related layoffs exceeding 158,000 cumulative cases, AI skill atrophy emerges as a new dimension labor market structural challenge. AI-era labor policy is poised to become the most critical issue. That's all for this AI News Flash.